Hey, what's up everyone? It's Dolbeck. Today we're gonna speak about the best tank build in PVE into the new season, the Elysian Wild, right? So we're gonna start by speaking about the shield because the shield is the main thing on a tank build. So you can have sturdy on your shield or on your chest plate. You almost better to have it on your chest plate and get something else on your shield. But what's gonna be left? It's pretty hard to say. Like, if you have elemental resistance, you have a cap of 50% elemental resistance. So if you already have natural protection on your amulet and then you have it on your shield, there's not gonna be a lot left on your armor. So maybe it's gonna be more a way to save money than anything, but you're gonna lose some perk at the end. So if you have enough money to buy your gem, maybe you better to get sturdy energy on your shield and get like enchanted ward or grit ward on your armor. So on the armor, what's the best? Let's say that enchanted ward and grit ward are probably some of the best perk, mostly grit ward, because when you do your hammer CC, you don't have that much protection. And when you do the heavy attack with the hammer, you have the grit, as you can see. So, yeah, overall, those perks are nice. You can have a bit of refreshing for stack max, we already know the game tell you. And for the rest of the perk, let's say that depending on your mutation, there's gonna be yeah, so depending on the mutation you're gonna be in, there's gonna be some conditioning piece that's gonna drop. So if I'm into a flame mutation, I'm gonna use flame conditioning, as you can see on that piece. And the main goal gonna be to have conditioning on all your piece, but that's gonna be long and grindy. And then the third perk gonna be health. So grit ward or enchanted ward with conditioning and health, and then you're gonna probably be beast up, and the weapon perk you want is, I'm gonna go to the shield again. You're gonna see on this shield I have 45 shield rush. It's because I did not find accelerated resolve shield. But for the speed run, you want accelerated resolve because it gives you haste. So between the pool, you're gonna be able to, if you still have some haste available, you're just gonna be able to go to the next pool and it's gonna be quick. 45 shield rush is still pretty good, and if you have it, just put it on. It's better than nothing. But I would say that 45 shield rush is maybe better to have it on a piece if you do speedrun. If you don't do speedrun, just don't care about it. Put whatever you got. And yeah. So on your armor, you want the 45 shield rush or the accelerated resolve. Really important. And I still did not find an accelerated resolve piece. But as soon as I'm gonna get one, I'm gonna put it on my gear and that's gonna be great. For the amulet, gonna see on that amulet, if you are doing speedrun, you want empowering toast, and if you are not doing speedrun, you want fortifying toast. Fortifying toast gonna give you 45 when you drink a potion. It can save your life. So there's a ring artifact that drop. It's okay, but I don't really like it because you're gonna lose some DPS to get more leeching, but you're gonna lose some DPS, so I'm not gonna use that. I want more DPS to keep the aggro, and it's really important for me. So, like you see, there's some amulet with protection, but if you have your gem on everything, you can see there, I have 48% natural resistance damage, so I'm capped. The cap is at 50. So at this point, if I put a natural protection amulet, I'm just gonna lose a perk. So I'ma do it next time when I'm gonna change my gem, but I had no amulet when I started the mutation week. So having the natural protection amulet just gonna be a way to save some gem in the week and put 2 other gem into your slot, maybe even 3. So yeah, for the armor, this armor is what I got at the start, but it's not the best. You can get a transient recovery, life stealing, and sundering shockwave, or or Transient Recovery, Keen, Sundering Shockwave, something like that would be really nice. Transient Recovery gonna save your life, and when you are in the clump, you can just keep heavy attack and gain your cooldown really quick like that, and CC. The CC overall gonna help your teammate, and yeah, it's a good team play. So on your sword, you want Refreshing Move. Refreshing Move is the most important thing. Then you can get Keen or Enchanted just to keep the aggro better. I think Enchanted is really nice. Seriously, it's one of the best perk. We can all agree since the start of the game, Enchanted on the sword in PVE for a tank is just really good. So for the buff, you know, as a tank, you don't always have time to use that. When you're gonna, like, you can put that on your bar, but when you're gonna use it, there's an animation that is long, and it's not really showing the animation, but it takes a moment to use, and during that time you can die. So you can use it before a pull. You just pop it and then you jump in. But if you want something that you can use instantly, you can put that. The gemstone dust is gonna save your life, and it's almost the same. And there's a lot of boss fights with multiple elements. You're gonna see into the new dungeon, Elysian Wild. There's a fire, air, lightning, nature, and all those DPS gonna hit you. But if you have gemstone dust at that moment, that's gonna save your life more than having only one of the element. But yeah, like I said, during the dungeon, when you are just doing your pull, you can just pop that before it, and it's gonna save your life. You need to use that before every dungeon. It's really important at the start of the dungeon to use that, and renew it after 40 minutes. And there's some for every type of mob. The corrupted ward potion are really important. So on your consumable, you have the health potion, regen potion, and arty meal. It's a really good combo like that. You're gonna use the powerful onyx stone because more you do DPS, more you do aggro. You're gonna use the infused coating because more you do DPS, more you're gonna get aggro. I see a lot of tanks saying, "Oh, I'm a tank, so I don't use coating. I'm a tank, so I don't use onyx stone." Yes, use the biggest one. You're a tank. You need to keep the aggro. You're gonna make your teammate die. So it's really important. So let's pass on the sword and shield tree. So this is my sword and shield tree. I put it like that. This one is pretty good, but I don't use it. But if you feel like you don't have enough aggro, you're gonna use that. But because I want to reach leadership gonna help your teammate a lot. 10% DPS is a lot. You give it to 4 other people, it just changes everything. So yeah, if you do speedrun, you go for leadership. And if you don't do speedrun, well, you can go for that wall tree and don't put anything on the side. But even if when it's not a speedrun, leadership gonna make everything go quicker. Some fight you're gonna see take too much time if your DPS lack DPS, and then people gonna start dying because they just exhaust. They use all their potion, all their stamina, they have nothing left, and they die because of that. But making sure that your group have enough DPS to make the thing die quick sometimes is the best way to stay alive. So for the hammer, this is my hammer tree. This is really good for me. It worked fine. Since I use stone form, like when I'm in Pug I use stone form. When I'm not in Pug I use detonate. But when you use stone form, you can use Path of Destiny. You're not gonna get stagger out of it. Mostly if you use it while you have your stone form on. If you use Path of Destiny while you're into a clump and you don't have stone form, it's gonna be pretty weird. Yeah. So if you want, you can use clear out. It's not a bad ability itself, but you're gonna need to take a huge care because if you clear out randomly and you just spam it on cooldown, it's not gonna help your group. You're just gonna disperse the mob, and the main goal of the mutation is just to clump the mob together and stick it like that as much as you can. With the clear out, sometimes you can pull some mob in. So yeah, if you use clear out, make sure you use it well. But yeah, this is my hammer tree. It always worked good for me, and I'm not willing to change it for the moment because it's just too good, man. Nobody complain. I can, with the Path of Destiny, you can reach some mobs that are kind of far and keep the aggro. It does a stagger, and yeah, and it leech a lot because there's some leeching when you use Crowd Crusher abilities. So if you are into a sacred ground and you pull a Path of Destiny, it's gonna put your life back full sometime, depending on the number of mob. So you can copy and paste that, and that's gonna work. So I need to use my food because I have too much magnify, but so yeah, I have 200 con and the rest in strength. Why? Because I want to keep the aggro. This is really important to keep the aggro. You can go with 300 con if you want, but you're gonna lose the aggro sometime and you're gonna make your teammate die. Mostly if you have the ring that take 25% of your DPS off and but give more leeching. So yeah, this is my attribute as a tank with the new update into the Elysian Wild. I think this can reply to most of your question in PVE as a tank. And make sure to tell the people if you do a pull and you see the people start hitting the mob before you finish your pull, make sure to tell them. Press to talk on and tell them it's really important that everyone know that it's not your fault that the aggro is fucked up. Because if all the mob are over the place and it's not your fault and you say nothing, people may be gonna think it's your fault and put the blame on you for the bad pull. But if you call it straight up, nobody can say anything. So yeah, Path of Destiny when you use Stone Farm, and if you don't use Stone Farm, you can go with Detonate or Vines. So yeah, I think that's enough for that video. I wish you guys a good day. Peace out.